You want to get a shot, yeah?
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, without further ado, first and foremost, I'd like to say Barakah Yahweh. Barak for Yahweh Shai, Barak for Yahweh, Barak for Yahweh, Barak for Yahweh Shai, Barak for Yahweh, Barak for Yahweh Shai, Barak for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and also salutations to all of the sincere Akian worldwide. This is just a quick sit down, brothers, doing it just in the spiritual element of the 12 tribe sign, because you've had a lot of scoffers come against what the apostles have taught us. And I myself, and I'm sure I speak for all brothers here, when the apostles has got the 100% truth, including where the 12 tribes are today, and their history, and really the future, man, the future prophecies, man.
God.
So let's get the precepts out.
Yeah, quick one, innit? Start at the top. This is Isaiah 58 and verse 1. And it says, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins," man. So first off, man, as prophets, Lord willing, will be the men of the Lord. We're commanded to go out on the highways and byways, in the street corners, or chief concourse in Proverbs 1 talks about. And you got to preach to our people. And going into our people, you need to know who our people is. Because people in the world can say, everybody's the people of God. Everybody's the children of God. No, man, not in the scriptures, man. It's all about the Israelites, yeah? And the question is, who are the Israelites, man? And our apostles, Apostle Tahar, and even their elders from before, Ariyah, King Marshall, all of them, they taught it well, man. They taught the true doctrine of the 12 tribes, man, from the northern kingdom to the southern kingdom, the South American tribes, and the kingdom of the people, the Judites and Benjamin and Levi in North America and various places of the Caribbean, man. And we believe those are the bulk of where Israel is, and plus the scattering, man.
Yeah. A lot of these guys want to get simple because they want to go on like every single person in that region has to be an Israelite for it to be accurate, man. Which is not true. As the Bible said, it's the bulk of the tribes would have ended up in that location, man. And we know through the Spirit that the 12 tribes sign is accurate in that effect, man. Because that is where you find the bulk of the people, and their spirits, gravitate to how it's written in or is Genesis 49.
Where
it tells the prophecies of the tribes and everything. For example, you got Gad. You got the Native American Indians, man, and the other tribes you got around the Americas, where it said the troops shall overcome, and that happened, man. So you guys are saying that the Native American Indians are not Israelites, then you going off, man, because that prophecy is clear, man. And again, this sign is a spiritual sign, man.
That's right.
It's spiritual. But I was talking to the brother Razar. Earlier we were talking about how the even when you're carrying the sign, when we're on our way to camp, it holds a certain vibration on you, man. It's got a certain vibration. People want to know what the sign is. When people are at camp, what makes them stop? They'll either see the Caesar Borgia sign, that's very controversial, or they'll see the actual 12 tribe sign, and the first thing they look at is they want to see if they're on the actual sign.
Some come up to have a conversation because they're offended that they don't see so-called European nations.
They get offended.
Yeah, they're like, where the what is that? Then you have the heathens like, where am I on there? The heathens want to see, what about me?
Because they've been left out, and they don't like the fact that they've been left out, so they want to be included in this. And that's before them even asking any real questions. That's just them seeing the sign and thinking, why is my nation not on that sign? What does that mean for me? And if they gravitate to it, then they find out more. Then they find out, there might be a Edomite or Moabite, and then they get cut because they're not on the sign, and it leads for them to scoff, man. So that's how the sign is spiritual, and it carries a heavy weight to it, man. Because for you to see something stop and then get angry because you're not on the sign, that in itself is spiritual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if I can say as well, because we used to, because over here in London, man, you can't park where we hold the camp, man. That's it's not even an option.
That's it.
So we've got to carry it on public transport, and obviously when before we had the bag, we were saying people would always look. But then even when we had the bag, bought a bag for the son, and we're carrying the bag, and people were still like, "Yo, what's in that bag?"
Yeah, what's in the bag?
So, like, they're gravitating towards this bag, like, "Yo, what is that?" Because like we were saying, it's a spiritual thing. If I may, Deuteronomy 28, 45 and 46 says, "Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed." right? And then you can see that these signs are on all those nations you see on the 12 tribe signs. These curses came upon them in one way or another, right? You know, in their fullness, man, right? What you call it? It says, till thou be destroyed. One of the curses, that iron shall be evil towards thy brother. Look at them Latin tribes, man.
Yeah.
Filet Central, man. Hey, we're looking at the most dangerous cities, and like 47 out of 50 were in Latin America. It was something like 45 out of 50 were in Latin America, man.
Yeah.
3 were in the US, and I think 2 were in South Africa.
God.
Right? So that's just hella Jake, man. That's fulfillment of that prophecy, of that curse.
God.
That's it, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. He says, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Right? So basically these signs and these curses, because hey, this is something that needed to be known. Right? In the last days, where are these people going to be? Well, because we were scattered because we went off. Right? So the Lord basically made a way through this sign, through these curses, so that we can spiritually discern, and that's a key point, spiritually discern who the 12 tribes are today.
That's it.
Right? And that was revealed, and we can get that as well, we call it revealed servants of prophets.
Amos.
Amos 3.
Yeah.
Right? These things were revealed unto great men before us, man. Right? And hey, I believe those men were you know, men of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, and this thing also is about faith, right? Certain things you read about certain characteristics of certain tribes. Issachar, Yeshashka, he is high, right? But then you hear stories about America, about how, you know, you got the Issacharites always in the back working their asses off, and you'd be like, you know what? That actually makes sense with the prophecy.
Yeah, that's it. I got this quick one for you requested. This is Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. It says, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets.
Can. So the secrets are revealed unto the servants, man. That's why the people in the world can't get it. You might break it down for them. You know those ones when you literally sit and go, look, man, like you're being taught how to read when you're younger. This is A, this is B, this is C. We'll be breaking it down for them, but their eyes are closed. Pursuing which you call it Isaiah 6 and 9.
Yep.
Got a quick precept before you on. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 32, man. As the brother was saying, and the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets, man. So the prophets that you see now, you know, they're coming back. They came back from previous lifetimes, man, because there's reincarnation in the scriptures.
Yep.
So what do? They keep prophesying the downfall of the society that they were in their lifetime. And where we are now is what Babylon the Great, America. That's the empire that's ruling in this society. This Esau, basically, yeah. And also, what were the prophets doing? Warning their people, yeah, warning the Israelites, you know, of the coming Messiah and the downfall of this empire, man. And we are in the last leg, man. You wanted to say something else?
Yeah. What I wanted to say was that one there. It's somewhere there, I believe. What I wanted to say is, look, man, who's joining the camps? In bulk, who's joining the camps? You got Negroes joining the camps. You got so-called Hispanics joining the camps. Why? Because everything that is saying is resonating with those people that are on the sign that these guys are scoffing about. And now what you've had a lot of the Israelite foreigners now from these different lands, you know, wherein we were scattered, basically coming along and saying, yo, I'm gonna join the camp. This makes sense to me. Why? Because the Spirit bears witness with our spirit. Right? So why aren't there a multitude of Edomites joining the camp? So-called English people.
Quick one. John chapter 10 and verse 27 says, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me, man. So with this doctrine, you know, this doctrine has been bestowed upon us through the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and their elders before them, man. Now this doctrine we're preaching includes the sign, man. It includes the 12 tribe sign. So the scripture says, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. Right? So you got to follow the correct doctrine, man. right? Because you could be a follower of someone like General Yohana, man, and they're gonna leave you into the ditch. He's got an on-point toe tribe sign, you know, but it goes deeper than that. You have to have the full doctrine, 100% truth, man, as it's been given to us by the elders and apostles. You know,
Let me bring this out.
the Lord ain't going to forsake His elect. The elect are going to follow the right path.
That's right.
You know,
Blessed are your eyes for they see.
that's
In
it,
fact,
man.
you can bring that out real quick.
Okay, that's what I wanted to. Okay. It says Matthew. Do you want me to jump straight to the point or to read into it?
Which one are you reading?
Blessed are your eyes, but
Yeah, where you going from
yeah,
here?
it says Matthew 13. I'm gonna start from verse 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I shall heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
What that's going into is Yahweh Shimi Hawashai has got a select group of men that are going to understand the prophecies, understand the fact that Israel really and truly is going to come in diverse shapes and forms, man. Really and truly, not all Israel's going to come looking like their traditional formats. And even on a deeper level, you're going to have Ephraimites looking like Judahites looking like Issacharites. You're going to have a mix of that. Even amongst Israel, you're going to have mixture. So really and truly, that's why, pursuant to Matthew 25, we're going to need Yahweh and the angels to come to be to sift, you know, because really and truly, man, ultimately speaking, Jacob out here, but there's all the 18 nations are currently on the earth today, but you gotta understand who the different nations are, man, and that's what brothers are going into. Really bring out that precept in Jeremiah, Baruch Hashem, because I'm gonna make a point. But let me, before you bring that out, you gotta understand that Esau, we know for a fact, one thing, or even these scoffers can agree on, is Esau is the so-called white man, right? Now, we all know, it's historical fact, Esau went to America, he took over the Native Americans' land, he slaughtered them. Even for you scoffers that want to talk that shit about gadding the Native Americans, when it blatantly is, Esau is a known historical fact. Esau went into America, he slew the Native Americans, because there wasn't enough of a Native American workforce, he went over to the west coast of Africa, brought over Negroes, and you had Negroes and Native Americans oppressed together. In slavery, Baruch Hashem. If you could, so you had, it's a historical fact that you had Negroes and Native Americans, and some Latinos up in there getting slated, going through hell together. But let's see what Jeremiah 50 and 30.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 33 says, "There thou saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah."
Now, why does it say the children of Israel and the children of Judah? Because after King Solomon died, you had Jeroboam and Rehoboam, his two sons, that split the kingdom into a rulership of the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. So you had it to where the Assyrians came in and took over the Assyrian, they took over the northern kingdom, so like, and took them into the land of Assyria. Then that's where you had them Hamites move up into the land, who are now known as them Falasha Jews.
Samaria,
You know, they came into the land trying to take over the customs, and soon afterwards, I should say, so like, you had the southern kingdom get taken over by the Babylonians, and they went through the Medo-Persian captivity, Greek, Roman, etc. But let's go into that, continuing on.
Right, it says, "Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together, and all they that took them captives held them fast, they refused to let them go."
So it just says there that they were oppressed together. The children of Judah and the children of Israel were oppressed together. That's not talking about ancient Egypt, because ancient Egypt had done past thousands of years ago when Jeremiah was in the scene. That's a future prophecy relating to America. The fact that in the land of America, all of the 12 tribes, Judah all the way down to Issachar, were oppressed and still are being oppressed together. Now you got to tell me a historical event that can match up to that scripture where our people were oppressed together, because you don't have no record of Judah and Israel being oppressed in China or South America or nowhere else. It's in America, bro. So it makes logical, spiritual and historical sense, bro, that the 12 tribe sign is accurate, bro. Really and truly, man. And I just want to bring this out, which is Romans 8 and 16, which reads, "The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh." Because you got to understand, bro, like, the scripture talks about Genesis 49, Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. Every other, hey man, listen to some dancehall, listen to some reggae. That's all they be talking about, lamenting. Always lamenting, man. Always sipping like Guinness. You know, Babylon,
Yeah.
Babylon,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Judah, man, thou our lion's whelp, man. You know, the scepter shall not depart from Judah.
That's it.
Everything that Judah does, the other tribes are doing. Hey,
the Lord shall save the tents of Judah first.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, God, that's right, man. Hey, and it also goes into Gad, man. Like the brother went into earlier, a troop shall overtake him, but he shall overcome at the last. All of these spiritual things are happening, and they have happened because it pertains to the scriptures, man. And pursuant to Amos 3, the spiritual men, being the apostles and their orders, have had this revelation revealed unto them, man. You know? And so who are thou? Hey, Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe, man? It doesn't matter if you don't believe the 12 tribes or the 12 tribes. You had it to where in the time of Paul, you had men that were cursing Paul out, trying to curse Paul out, talking some shit about he goes to the vagabonds, he's going to them heathens. You're the same people coming back, but it's just that now, because we don't know who we are, you're looking at Israelites and saying, nah, but them man can't be the Israelites though. You're the same motherfuckers that were in the land of, in Jerusalem at the time, saying, why is Paul going to them, to them motherfuckers over on the other side? Them man there been wearing told this, you know? Yeah, bring all that, man.
So 1 Corinthians 2 and 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit, for they are foolishness unto him.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's the thing, the things of the Spirit. You see, because, read it again, Abba Kashar.
It says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him.
Because you see, the scribes and the Pharisees were natural men. Because why were they natural men? They didn't believe in spirituality. They were carnal. They had a checklist to the kingdom of heaven. They had a thing of, I've given alms from when I was young. I wear the fringes. I wash my hands before I eat. I've never committed adultery, etc., etc., etc. All of that. But they've been doing other shit. But anyway, they were on some checklist to heaven kind of spirit. You gotta, to be an Israelite, you gotta do this. You gotta walk that way. You gotta eat this. And then when Yahweh Shai was, telling the disciples that, there were others scattered, man, other sheep scattered. He said that in the scriptures, other sheep that are not of this fold that I have to visit. They weren't down with that. They were like, these men ain't been doing half of what we're doing. They didn't understand the spiritual element of it.
It's sort of like how you got a load of jakes now that want to have a bid, but they ain't doing it in spirituality. They're doing it in carnality.
Yeah, which means it's sin.
Yeah,
they ain't doing it for the truth's sake. They're doing it for a fashion trend.
They're doing it for gals.
Yeah,
But it goes on to say, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, right? Because they're spiritually discerned, right? So, if they're spiritually discerned, and we believe through the Spirit, that the 12 tribe sign is on point. Therefore, what's happened to these guys? At one time they believed the 12 tribe sign, right? But now they no longer believe this, but it's something that's spiritually discerned. What's happened? The Lord has taken His Spirit away from them guys, man. Right? That's why they can't see it. Right? It says verse 15, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. Right? So you're spiritual, man. The apostles on this side can look at this guy's lost his spirit, man. They can make that statement. They can make the statement that this guy's through, because he is through.
God, precept. So 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 3, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust, so they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, man. So you guys that follow these guys that want to say, they want to delete all the videos off their page and start afresh. And they ain't dealing with the 12 time sign no more. Then what are these guys gonna do on the highways and byways? What are they gonna put up? They're gonna have no sign, which means they're gonna be violating the scriptures in Ezekiel, man. They ain't gonna have no signs. People are gonna walk past this, wonder about what they're doing. The sign is the hook, man. It draws the people in to look and see what's actually happening, man. Because it's a spiritual sign. So if they're gonna compile their own sign, it's not gonna be of the Lord. It's not gonna be of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's a sign that is gonna concoct. They're gonna go and read a Wikipedia page. You know how much fake signs there is out there. Saying there's ones in Cyprus and this place, all kind of countries there, man. But there's Israelites everywhere.
But that's also why the Lord didn't just give you one entry point, right? Because you got Genesis 49, which is a clue. But then you've also got you've also got the curses in Deuteronomy and the curses throughout the scriptures, right? It says the women of Israel will be bold, man. Who else could that be? Who else?
That's right.
Like I always say to these brothers, you see an Indian, so-called Indian woman, but her hair will be flowing down to her back. Right, you see even the Edomite woman with her doggy stringy hair, her hair will be flowing down to her back. You never ever ask yourself, I wonder if that's real. There's a black woman, you see a black woman with long hair, is that shit real?
Yeah.
How much you pay for that shit?
Hey, it's both more realistic, man. Hey, you know, hey, you know.
I got a quick one as well. This is Revelations 2:9. Before I go into the scripture, one point why the 12 tribe sign is significant, because you got people in the world trying to claim that they're us. You know what I'm saying? So we need to that sign. That sign, it's got power in it, man. Yeah, because once they look at it, they say, "Wait a minute! All my life I've been thinking that these people in Hollywood were the real Jews, the real Israelites." But they're showing me a sign here. Oh, the so-called Negroes, the people from the Caribbean, the South Americans, all of that. I need to hear what they're saying, man.
Yeah.
So it says, Revelations 2:9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. Now Esau, the so-called white man who's the ruler of the world, he ain't going through what we've been going through, or what we're going through now, man. So that's a big tell sign right there, because that also goes into the curses, man. Deuteronomy 28, the poverty. But thou art rich. Why are we rich? Because of the promises of the kingdom, man.
Yeah, the scriptures say wisdom is better than rubies.
That's right, man.
Wisdom is the real riches.
That's right. And I know the blasphemy of them which say that they are Jews and are not, but of the synagogue of Satan, man. Yeah, and this is really twofold, because this goes also to the Jews that will be hypocrites, but this could be twofold also onto Esau, man, because he's claiming to be an Israelite, which he's not, man.
No.
He don't fit he don't fit the curses. Yeah, he don't fit the curses. He doesn't fit the promises onto Israel, man. For instance, Israel will be carried away in ships in Deuteronomy 28:68. That didn't happen to the so-called white man. That happened to the so-called Negroes that will be taken from the coast of West Africa to Americas, and even the Native Americans taken from America all the way to Europe and Spain and Portugal, man.
Yeah. Back you up as well. Then they get to the Americas. Then Joel 2 says a girl shall be sold for wine, and a boy for an harlot. And then more proof of, and then you go around, you're like, okay, so when and where has this happened?
Yes.
That's right.
Beautiful, yeah.
That's right. Hey, read that piece of Romans 9:25.
Romans 9:25 says, and he said also in OC,
that goes into Hosea. Yeah.
It says, I will call them my people, which were not my people. Sorry, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved.
So there was a period in time when Yahushua cast away the children of Israel. Yeah, we lost our heritage. We weren't no longer known as the Most High's people. Same way, like, you know, you can have a woman with your surname. You might divorce that woman. She loses your surname. She has to go to the bank and change her bank card and the ID and all of that. And she goes from being, I don't know, motherfucking like Smith to George or some shit, whatever. But she loses your identity and takes back hers. But then we'll get into that in a minute. But you read Jeremiah 17:4, and it says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger which shall burn forever. So basically, our people went through a period of knowing, yo, we're Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, till now motherfuckers are born back Catholic, and they're getting christened in church and all the rest of that fuckery, to the point where we woke up out of that shit and we realized that we're actually now the 12 tribes of Israel. So, hey, our people. One thing you'll notice about our people, and synonymous with the children of Israel, ultimately, is that they have a close relationship, a close affinity, I should say, not because they don't have a relationship with the Most High, most of our people right now, but they have a close affinity with a higher power. Now, no other nation has an affinity like that. You get a lot of these scoffer groups like the ISUPK talking about, you know, there's other people out there that are the 12 tribes, or you even have some fake teachers talking about Aborigines are 12 tribes. Aborigines don't want to know about they don't want to know what Yahweh is. They don't even want to care about
this. You know them fat worm things, bro. They would,
them motherfuckers don't want to know about no Jesus Christ. Them man are worshipping to some wooden fucking statues, and they don't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I mean? Now,
what was that didgeridoo?
The real people of the Lord are bugged out, but they're trying to find their power.
You said, because I know you're gonna. You said the point. Well, you said basically, what does the scripture also say about flavor, man?
Yeah.
But these heathen names, they haven't got the flavor.
Yeah, they ain't got
Bro,
the flavor.
who's got the flavor? Let's be real, man. Just be real. Hey, man, you see that typical Mexicano swag, man.
Yeah.
Where they got the wife beat on, and then they got the ensign. You know, that's my best Mexican accent. Like, I'm gonna get cursed out for that one. But then they'll have the checkered shirt when they got only the top button done. You know the one, man. You know all of that shit. They got a cap on the words of the new era, right? All swags out like Jake, man. Well, like the Southern Kingdom, man. Northern Kingdom, sorry. You know, you can see all the different tribes. Hey, that salsa music, man. Hey. You know, you got the vibe going in and all of that,
Afro,
right?
Latino-centric music, all of that.
Exactly.
You dance the same way, man.
Exactly. All of that music is flavoursome, man. And when these Edomites, you hear Edomites, you know, just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to a salsa class and all of that.
Yeah.
Man, only Jake that, I wanna go to a mosh pit. More time I was like, you know, hey, you know, not saying anything wrong with that, but Jake's flavours are infectious, man. Right, further proving what the scriptures say about flavour.
That's right. Hey, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, none of these nations are looking for that. If you notice anything about these 2/3 out here, the majority of the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom have one thing in common. That's the Jesucristo, man. They love them some Jesus Christ or some Jesucristo. That's what they're into. That's what they're into, some Jesucristo or some Jesus Christ, bro. Because they have a zeal for a higher power, they have a zeal for a creator, but they don't really know. And that's what we're going to get into right now with that brother scripture.
So it's Romans chapter 10 and verse 2. It says, for I bear the record that they have a zeal for Yahweh, but not according to knowledge.
So you see what it is? You know that the Israelites, if you know anything about the scriptures, you know the Israelites were a real spiritual people, man. Even an off Israelite will know the scriptures, bro. The scribes and Pharisees proved that. You know, our people are devils, and guess what? Even the devil knows the scriptures, man. So ultimately speaking, man, the people of the Lord are going to today be the people that are most inclined to the scriptures. They may not know it in terms of the true breakdowns. They may not know the true understanding, but you're going to be looking out for the people that are really ride or die for the Bible. Now, who out there, apart from so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that you're going to find in some Christian church getting their 7 children baptized, getting fucking holy christenings, and fucking celebrating every Christmas and Easter and eating and singing in choirs and doing all of that shit, apart from so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's because their spirit inclines onto it, which is why Paul was going into that.
Yeah, and even with you look at the Rastafarians, right? They have a zeal. If you speak to, you debate with a Rastafarian, they have a powerful zeal.
Bro, you be there from sunrise to sundown.
That's what you call a zeal, you know. But it's not according to knowledge. It's not the right path. It's not what they should be into. But they put their all into it.
You know, like when Jake become Muslims.
Like,
my gosh.
They become, hey, bro, you was gonna do, hey, brother. You know, they walk all pious. You know, they got their hands behind their back. They got a jack up. They always got their hat on. All of that. They go full. They go full in,
more
man.
than the heathen.
Yeah,
because they apply that same zeal.
Exactly. But
what should be in the truth into the heathens' religions, man.
That's right. Is there more on that?
Yeah, verse 3. For they being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness, and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh.
That's right. So you see, our people basically are spiritual, of course, but they're spiritual in the wrong things, bro. That's why you got another thing, Genesis 49, you know, proving who the so-called Haitians are, the Levites. They're into that Santa Maria, all of that wickedness, you know, instruments of cruelty. In Ghana, you got all of that witchcraft, that so-called juju. That's nothing but Levi up in Ghana.
Same in Zimbabwe.
Same in Zimbabwe, because you know you got Levites scattered amongst all of the tribes, man. You know to be up in all of them tribes doing the utmost spiritual wickedness.
I'm quote unquote Zimbabwean. Hey, the stories I heard growing up, man. Yeah, man, that shit will bug you out. You know, the judge gets applied to your house, but ultimately, what does the scripture say, man? The scripture says no enchantment against you. You come into this truth, you get guarded from all that wickedness, man. I remember being young, man. I remember hearing stories like some woman left 4 eggs next to her house, and her house got struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Right? And it comes down and the truth that are most likely a Levi. I'm like, it makes sense why there's so much judge going on around, man.
Hey, when I was growing up in Northampton, I had a Haitian friend. He told me some stories, man. But at the time, I was stupid. I didn't believe what he was saying, but he was being serious. He's like, bro, I've seen people do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen people put curses on people, have scorpions come out their stomach, have all kind of things happen to people, man. You know, and at the time I was thinking, this guy he's trying to
Yeah,
shit.
being fantastic.
You know, but he told me he was serious, man. He was like, look, bro, like I don't want to go back there. He said, I don't want to go back to Haiti.
Yeah.
I prefer it here in the UK, man. You know.
Oh, look, but little does he know that the even bigger witchcraft is going on in the UK, man. Right, Esau's putting all this wickedness into your mind. Because I bet you right now he's doing all the things that Esau says to do. You know, wear the skinny ripped jeans.
Yeah.
You know, fuck your woman in the ass. Get her to lick your ass.
Oh,
you know,
right.
dabble with some men. Right? Have an abortion. Right? Church, forget about church. God, forget about God. That's wickedness, man.
That's right.
Look, man, I'd rather scorpions come out my belly than me lose the name of the Lord, man. Lose faith, man.
That's right.
That's right. Go on. Is there more on that?
No, that's it.
Yeah, go on with that real quick. In Romans 9.
Yes, back in Romans 9 and now verse 26 it says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power.
And where was it said unto our people that they weren't the children of the Most High in this modern day generation? That's America, man. Hey, man, because even going into America, some of our people had so-called Hebrew customs. Some of our people, our ancient forefathers, knew. Why do you think they were singing that swing low, swing sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home, talking about singing songs about the River Jordan when they were, you know, pilgrims in the western coast of Africa, because they knew they went back to Israel, but they were getting that beat out of them and getting told their name was Toby and John and all of that rest of that shit. That's why you now have the majority of our people now, they got so-called European surnames, bro, because at the end of the day, man, they went into captivity under European families, man. That record there is talking about America. Now it's also the land of America where Abba Bivens came and brought, who is Elijah through the reincarnation, which I spiritually believe through the tuition of the apostles, man. And he brought out the understanding that we were the 12 tribes of Israel. Now through him, filtered down all the way through the men under him to our apostles, we understand now that we are the children of the Most High, man. Because of the fact that, hey, the scriptures apply to us. Read the curses, the blessings, the prophecies, the physical description. So it's inevitable, man, that we are the children of the Most High. We read it in Jeremiah as well, also, that we were oppressed together, man. And we lost our heritage together and we found it again together, man. You know, it's inevitable, bro. Totally inevitable.
I've got a precept.
Yeah, go on.
This is Zechariah 11 and 5. It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Like, look, what do you call it? The so-called Jews, they got the reparations, man. They got people observed that was wicked, right? But when Jake ever brings out their plight, well, get over it, right? Hey, even the talk, hey, till this day, right? You got the Native Americans, right? Seminole Indians living in reservations, man, in their own land, and the whole world doesn't give a shit. So if this prophecy, and that's what I'm saying, you can't just look at it. Although one angle is good enough, right? For these, if you can't have all of these, if you can't look at all of these prophecies and come to the conclusion that the 12 tribe sign is on point, then you are seriously bugged out.
Okay.
No, because like I said, they don't care about the plight of Gad and Reuben. They're actually living in his land, right? You know, just enjoying the fruits of it, right?
And the ridiculous thing is that not one of these guys that are doubting the 12 tribe sign can actually prove that they're Israelites because they have no documentation. So you don't even have the flipping proof that you're an Israelite, but you want to try and question the 12 tribe sign that tells you where the Israelites are, the bulk of the Israelites are, man. You can't even prove you're an Israelite yourself, man. You know, because that's how it goes back to faith.
Yeah.
You believe you're an Israelite through faith, man. You know, you believe in this truth through faith. You know, the word of the Lord has drawn you in, man. You know?
Hebrews 11 and 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Because ultimately speaking, we don't have documentation proving that we are the children of Israel, man. But really and truly, it goes back to the true understanding of the doctrine, knowing really and truly the curses apply to us, that the physical description of the people apply to us. The fact that we lose our heritage, be oppressed together as a nation, find ourselves again in that same nation. Come on, man. hey, come on, bro. Like when it talks about Israel going through the desert with Moses, man, complaining about what they were going to eat. Does that not sound like some niggas, man? That's niggas all the way through, bro. All the way through. You read.
Moses. Moses, where's the chipotle like that?
Yo.
To Max is a terrible.
You know what I mean?
You know, you could have fun with it.
Yeah, man, that's how people were going to be. Our people are wicked as hell, bro. And you can see, man. Hey, I'm telling you for a fact, I know through the spirit of Yahweh, 110%, 1,000%, that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the hard-headed Israelites that are spoken about in Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter. Because none of these other nations give a fuck. None of these other nations care about some so-called Jesus Christ. You motherfuckers will come and try and fight brothers on some. Why are you doing that to Jesus? Why you got horns on Jesus?
I've got proof.
Go on, bring it out.
Further proof. It says Ezekiel 3:4 says, and he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange language and of an hard language, but to the house of Israel.
Yeah.
Not to many people of a strange speech and of an hard language, whose words thou canst understand. And here's the point, here's the proof, right? Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee, right? Like the brother was going into. You have the tribe sign there. The southern kingdom will come and be like, so where's the white man? Where's this? You break it down in precept. Yo, how shall I look like a so-called black man? They ain't trying to hear that. They ain't trying to hear it. Especially the sign man, because they're thinking, where's master at?
Yeah.
Right? Northern kingdom's the same. Right? So I've been getting them two completely confused in my head. So the southern kingdom is Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Northern kingdom's got the map confused in my head, right? But the point that I'm making, right, is you then have some heathen come up. Heathen just stand like, where am I? You know, because the heathen will want to listen, whereas Jake don't want to hear.
Yeah, the more that.
Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
Yeah, and also, man, see Jake's so stubborn and stiff-necked, man. They'll go harder than the heathens, man. Yeah, to try and curse us out and scoff or whatever. Which is also the same thing that happened back then with Yahweh Shai, man, the Lord and Savior. You know, it was Jake's, you know, getting on Yahweh Shai and cursing him out and cause him to be slave, man. So they're doing the same thing here, man. When we're trying to tell them the truth, who they really are, their true identity, they're worrying about, where's Esau at? Where's all of this at? Blah, blah, blah. Why are you saying the kingdom of Esau is going down? All that, see? So it's all the characteristics and identification, the curses, the prophecies are all in the scriptures, man. And it links to our people. Yeah?
Hey, this is the modern day Roman Empire, yeah?
That's right.
Everyone can agree on that. Now, you had it to where the children of Israel, historical fact is in the books, read the Gospels, yeah? All throughout, they were getting oppressed by the Romans. Now, this is the revised Roman Empire. Guess what? Guess who's being oppressed in the so-called revived Roman Empire? So-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. Where the fuck, my question to you then is, if we are not the so-called Israelites, if that sign is not accurate, then where are those people that were getting oppressed in the ancient Roman Empire? Where have they suddenly disappeared to? They're right here, man, but now they're being called Ghanaians, they're being called Nigerians, they're being called Jamaican, fucking, what's the word? Give me some other countries like Brazilian, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Albanian. Hey, we them same people coming back, man.
Yeah.
Same people coming back. Hey, I know you got say what you want to say, Alex.
Good point as well.
Yeah.
And also, these Edomites, you know, that in the land of Israel today, which they made it a state, they're still stuck on Jews. You know what I'm saying? They even haven't found the other 10 tribes, man. So their breakdowns off. First of all, they're not even the real Jews, and they still don't know where the other rest of the tribes are.
They haven't even attempted to make a total.
They don't even give a damn.
No.
So how can they be the people, man? They didn't go through what we went through.
God.
That's right, man.
Right, I've got a quick one. This is Titus chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, holding fast the faithful word as ye have been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers, man. So you guys creating this the chart being fake or being not accurate, then basically you're not holding fast the word that you was taught, man. You know, our teachers have told us that the 12 tribe sign is the 12 tribe sign, man. We believe in that through faith and we believe in that through prophecy, man. Right? And it syncs with our spirit. You know, so you guys want to go against that and you want to create your own righteousness, right? Because you're really just doing it for vainglory, man. You're not really in this to gather the Lord's elect, man.
But if you're really trying to say that the 12 tribe sign is off, like Apostle Tahar said, then you can't really follow anything else. You got to get rid of that Lashawan Kodash name. You got to forsake everything. How do you know the name of the Lord spelled like that? If they say, if you claim the 12 tribe sign is off, hey man.
Well, and ultimately that's why the 12 tribe sign is so important, because that's the logic that an individual. Wait, so they're saying that these are the Jews, then that means everything that I've been taught, I now have to reconsider. Right? Because that's what they've been saying, that those rats over there, like you get the Falasha Jews and they kind of make it work with the Falasha, like, yeah, they're Jews as well, we're also Jews, but we're saying, nah, they ain't Jews, period. Period. Of course you have Israelites amongst them, but for the most part, they ain't. And I also wanted to go back to a point that you made earlier on about how you have certain, scholars that will say that you got some tribes in Cyprus, this, that, and the other, right? Hey, you can't go by that, man. Because basically, if you're going by that, because we read that, you're basically saying that the man that put that together is a prophet of the Lord, man.
Yeah, God.
And I'm not. I was just gonna say, I don't so like it to cut you off. Another thing, the 12 tribe patriarchs were all related. So if you're gonna go into who the 12 tribes are, every single tribe, technically speaking, there has to be some sort of, even if you can't go back genealogy, like through the genealogy on this is the family line, it has to make sense. They have to have a similar vibration that would mean, these people must be kinsmen in some shape or form. Now, when you look at the Negroes, Latinos, and natives, hey, they are on the same vibration, bro. They got the same kind of. You had a whole video game created, San Andreas, bro. You had the Latin gangs and the fucking nigger gangs, bro. You know, you had the green bandana gang and you had the ones with the yellow bandanas, and you know what I mean. They were Latinos, man. They was their next of kin. Are you trying to tell me that a so-called Negro is next of kin with some Aborigine worshipping a statue, trying to get some Hakuna Matata, bro?
And the worst thing about, for the most part, people can tell in their spirit, man. Because I remember seeing it was like 4 or 5 white boys, right? And I think like 4 of them were Jake and 1 of them was an Edom. I still remember the look, like one of the Jake white boys looked at them. He kind of at the Edomite, like, you know, he was kind of was like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, he had that look on his face, but they were all boys, quote unquote. But even they themselves could tell the difference between them and that guy. Why? Because it's spirit birth witness. Right now, you might be saying, well, you know, you get like white gangs and all that. You get, hey, look, man. The real of it is, man, a lot of them ultras are just jakes anyway, man. It is niggas. Well, you got niggas in every society, man. Just like how you have, you have London, you have, your base level of nigga. Then you have your super nigga, your grit nigga, man. And those guys out there doing all that wickedness, or in these other lands, and these, looking like heathens or whatever. The guys that are going into what most, man, they'd probably be jakes, man. You get a lot of them ultras and that.
Yeah, but guess what? Well, Jake collectively are under the curses. Anywhere you have so-called Negroes collectively, guess what? Eventually you're going to get a ghetto. Anywhere you have Latinos collectively together, you're going to have a ghetto. You got ghettos in America, you got ghettos in South America. All over the lands of America, you got ghettos. And who's normally there? So-called natives, so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos. Hey, nowhere else, bro.
But you got so-called ghettos in the UK. You got so-called ghettos in Northampton. You got so-called ghettos in Paris.
And what do you see when you get there? You see the examples of the curses.
And you see the exact same people.
I shall be evil towards your brother.
God.
Right now, I'm sure you can go in certain places in Paris you don't want to go to. Because them Parisian niggas will start looking at, I'm not going to butcher the accents anymore, right? But they're going to look at you like, hey, what you doing around here, man? Right? Hey, look at them Moroccan niggas, man. They be doing all that shit, man.
That's right.
I'm sure you have them white bastards up north. They don't do the same shit.
Brom,
Do the same
Manchester,
nigga shit,
all
man.
over the place, man. Wherever Jake is, man, them girls just get created because of the curses.
That's
Yep.
right.
You know?
And that's why the curses are there, man. So in the last days, you knew who was who.
That's
Right?
it.
For instance, we know that the so-called Jew ain't the real Jews because so many prophecies do not fit them. That's why the prophecies are there.
Calm.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, none of the prophecies fit them.
None of that shit.
Yeah, apart from the negative ones, like you have a bastard dwelling in your
that's
land.
it,
Yeah, calm.
Only the negative ones, yeah.
Right?
Only the ones that prove they're not.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, look at this, yeah. There's an article from the Hatchet, I think it's an American newspaper, on similarities between so-called blacks and Hispanics. I'm going to just read a quick excerpt out of this.
Yeah.
Blacks and Hispanics have a lot in common, participants discovered. Students said that the fact that both of the groups are minorities in a dominant white society should help them identify with each other.
Yeah, so they immediately went carnal, and that's the difference between a spiritual man and a carnal man. A carnal man's immediately trying to find a reasonable explanation. Oh, it's because of this, that, and the other. You know, things intertwine, and then this, that, and then you just they're like, look, man, it's a spirit, man.
That's right. Said we're minorities together suffering at the hand of the white. We're minorities together suffering as one at the hand of the white man. Terrell said. Anyway, it says students identified part of the problem between the two groups as the economic impact that Hispanics coming to America had on blacks. They pointed out that many blacks tend not to take jobs that Hispanic immigrants are willing to take. That's Issachar. You know,
Labor, yeah.
yeah. That black people's ancestors worked on your farm is the mentality that creates a desire not to work certain jobs. Participants added, however, that because Hispanics are succeeding in these low-level jobs in America, that these low-level jobs in the American economy, that is the reason the American economy is wait, what? Low-level jobs, American economy is so rapidly basically increasing, but you know they didn't. The wording in this is off, but basically it's going into the fact that the native tribes came there. They took the shitty jobs. They took the jobs, the cleaning jobs. The Latin tribes. They took the mopping jobs, the street cleaners, that kind of shit. And so-called so-called Negroes, even though they didn't take such lowly jobs, they were also had similar hardships, man. Hey, it goes into it, man. It says the media shows Latinos as downtrodden, but they are successful even though they haven't been here for 300 years.
It's like Jake. Hey, the scriptures talk about the envy of Judah and Ephraim shall depart, man. Right? Because although, you get ones who will vibe along, but you can also see that envy. Why once also, going back, they say, always competing like that. You know, I was successful, but we didn't have to be here for 300 years to be successful, nigga. Them sly digs, man. That's some nigga shit. That's Jake for you, man.
Which shows you, man. It shows you that without a shadow of a doubt, we are the 12 tribes, man. Where you going, man? You got some precepts, man.
Let me just go to Isaiah 11, innit? It's Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day, where the Lord shall set his hand again on the second time to recover the remnant of his people. Yeah, his people is possessive, man. Not everybody's his people. Right. Which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar.
Now don't get it twisted. That's Israelite foreigners. That's right. The bulk of the tribes are not going to be in those lands.
Cushites go make it.
Oh shit! You want to say Bismillah and the kingdom and all of that, bro? Are you crazy? Fuck that, bro. I ain't down with that. Wickedness going on.
Yeah, and notice when you read the scripture, it's naming the places that they will come from. It's not saying that these are the people. Like it's not saying that. It's not saying like for example, it says from Elam. It's not saying Elam as in the person Elam. It's saying the places of Elam. You know what I'm saying? And from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. So various places. Even the Pacifics, man,
and that's why the sign says, and their ancestors scattered abroad.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Hey, the baddest didgeridoo artists, I don't know what you call them, they're Jake, man. Out there playing the hey, the baddest one of them, they gotta be a Jake, man. Because no matter everywhere where Jake goes, Jake is always the best.
Yeah, man. There's one guy, he's a Jake, oh gosh, man. I think he's from Thailand or something like that. And his name's called Tony Jaa. He's a martial artist, isn't it? He trained Vin Diesel and stuff like that. He was in one of the films of Fast and Furious. That guy's a Jake. When I looked him up, that guy was a Jake. Guy was dancing like Michael Jackson on a point, man. Yeah, and like he might have, an accent or speak like the people from Thailand and that. But when you see him speaking or he's dancing or he's getting into his martial arts, you see this guy's an Israelite. Man.
Well, even on the accent, man, there's one geezer I work with. Motherfucker sounds posh as hell, man. He sounds posh as hell, but he's too weak. And I was like, you know what? This accent's been throwing me off, man. This nigga's a Jake, man.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's a Jake because of the accent was all posh and now like, he's an Edomite, but. The niggas always busting joke and I'm always laughing, so either I'm an Edomite or
yeah, our people, we got flavour, man. The scripture says in Matthew 5, we're the salt of the earth. Yeah. Salt of the earth represents flavour and we bring like life, man. We're lively people.
That's why you can't go off accents. You might have someone that sounds like a Hamite come to the camp, it's a very strong accent. He's a
with
Jake,
the proper Hamite look.
From Nigeria, from Ghana. You might just be fresh, fresh off the boat and that, fresh off the plane. Then you just call him a Hamite just because he uttered a voice from
and that's being carnal, man.
These motherfuckers, like, you see what I mean? Listen, like, how should I warn there'll be false prophets, bro? You got these motherfuckers, some group called the Israelite Messianic Church. Hey, and they trying to say that the Zulus are the tribe of Levi.
Wow.
Motherfuckers are trying to say the Zulus are the tribe of Levi. They said that the Mandingo people. The Mandingo.
Jumping up and down, no flavour.
Mandingo people are the tribe of Judah.
See?
These motherfuckers said Australian Aborigines are Reuben.
So basically just black.
You know what I mean? Where did you get that from?
So just black.
Where did you get that from?
Any black.
In fact, Mama can shout out. Get Genesis 49 real quick. Just on the point. We're gonna see. This is what we're gonna see if this matches up. So according to them, read that about Judah in Genesis 49, Baba Kashar, because so they're saying, let me just say this. They're saying that so the tribe of Judah, according to you motherfuckers, the Igbo people and the Mandingo people are all Judah. So Igbos and the Mandingo people are one, according to them. So they're saying you got Jake in Nigeria and some motherfucker from Kenya. They're the same people. Let's see what Genesis 49 says about that.
Genesis 49 and verse 8 concerning Judah. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
Hey, I ain't never seen no Mandingo. I mean, they got their tribal warfare and shit, but I don't see them trying to come rise up against their oppressors. I don't see them trying to, let's go on.
It's like just the first verse. It says, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Yeah, ain't no motherfucker trying to go back to Africa. Ain't no motherfucker apart from what's his name? What's his name? That motherfucker Omarion. Apart from that motherfucker, ain't no Jake in his right mind trying to put on some fucking trying to put a plate in his lip and
when they talk about Africa, they only talk about Egypt and that's because of the pyramids, man. They ain't trying to go Kenya.
Let me make a point where it says, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. That's a very big statement. When it says, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise, meaning the other tribes are clinging on to Judah. They have a domino effect. When Judah do something or start something, for instance, like dances, you have Soldier Boy that do that Superman. Then after that, people start making all their dances, some silly dances, whatever. But everyone else started doing it. Or the way they wear their hat, the way they dress, the way they wear their jeans, their swag. It was for instance, Judah will put in like famous clothes and brands more popular, man, like the Gucci and all of that.
Hey, who keeps these major?
LeBron James, the Jordans, Kanye.
Them Yeezys, Yeezys cost.
Exactly. But even like the brands Esau has to land back off what you're saying. Right, even the brands Esau has. Jake only won an LV belt because they saw someone wearing it, man. One of them superstar Jakes. When Esau was wearing it,
it was dry. Everyone know good about it because you wear it because you see other Jake wear it.
Those things. Versace do that, all that silky looking flowery tops, man. Do you when Jake was seeing white boys do it? But then they say Drake do it. It's like, oh shit, Kanye's wearing one. Hey, that looks bad, Shit.
Yeah, that's right.
And at least know that. That's why they get Jake and they give it to them for free. They go into their shops to get them to wear it, so they know their people will wear it, man. Because they know Jake will buy their belt even if Jake is broke.
Yeah, Jake use a whole student
rent
loan.
money. Yeah.
Rent money, yeah.
Milk.
Continue verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Yeah.
Judah is a lion's whelp.
Yeah.
From the prey, my son, thou art gone up.
Yeah.
He stooped down. He couched as a lion,
Yeah.
and as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up?
Where does the scepter shall not depart?
Verse 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah.
Meaning that the rulership, the kingship over Israel shall not depart from Judah. Are you trying to tell me that's going to come from the Dingo tribe? Come on, man. So that's a tick for the apostles true sign and an X for you motherfuckers. Now let's go to look up for me Baba Kashar and the Benjamin in there. I believe it's towards the end. Benjamin rapping as a wolf. Because according to these motherfuckers, Benjamin is Paphros, which would have been, I forget where Paphros is. Shit, man, forgot where Paphros is. But that's definitely not the land of Benjamin. Yeah, that's the land of Benjamin is the West Indies, man, predominantly. You found that from Benjamin? It's 27, man. 27.
And this is Genesis 49 and 27. Benjamin shall raven as a wolf.
Done.
In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil.
Done. Does that not sound like your typical Jamaican, man? That really and truly does not. If you can find where Paphros is, I forgot where it is.
Paphros is in Egypt. Upper Egypt.
Oh, Upper Egypt. So they're trying to say that, and now who you got up in there? You got them Arabs up in there. So they're trying to get at some motherfuckers that live in Paphros are going to be the Benjamites. Yeah. When did you hear some lamentation come out of Egypt lately? Yeah. Motherfuckers are trying to go there on holiday and shit. That's not,
Yeah, that's off to
that's
say
off.
the whole tribe of Benjamin.
It's in
Predominantly is in Paphos. It's wrong.
That's wrong.
But are you going to have Benjamin in Egypt? Of course, you have
yeah.
some Benjamin in Egypt.
That's right.
Scattered all over, but the bulk of Benjamin is not scattered in Egypt.
That's
man.
right.
Yeah, that's a powerful characteristic where it says Benjamin shall raven as a wolf.
God.
Raven like howling, man. Yeah, this always singing. You always see like so-called Caribbeans maybe on a street, on a train, on their own, just shouting and saying "Bon Babylon," judgment, cursing out the place, and you might think that they're crazy or something. Like you always see like a so-called Caribbean do that, man. Yeah. Why? Because that's their spirit. Shall raven as a wolf. They're always howling. Oh, they're cursing out this place spiritually.
That's right, man. So that's another X for you motherfuckers. Look up Reuben. That's the last one I'll do. Reuben, because they're saying Reuben is according to them, Reuben is the Aborigines of Australia and some motherfuckers that live in the Pacific Islands. According to them, that's who they're claiming is the firstborn. You know, the firstborn. You got that? Yeah, they're claiming Reuben is the Aborigines. So that's the motherfuckers that are dancing with kangaroos with bones in their lips and shit. Yeah, they're saying that they're the chosen of the Most High. Man, go on. Let's see what that says.
Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength.
So the warriors of Israel are some motherfucking kangaroo huggers, yeah. Well, doing Africa like doing desert dances and shit with kangaroos, bro. Right, go on.
And the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power.
Yeah.
Unstable as water.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed. Then defiledst about it. He went up to my couch.
Hey man, in the spirit, man, you can see that the tribe of Reuben are the Seminole Indians, man, and that's spiritual because that's exactly what the sign of the apostles pertains to. You motherfuckers out here trying to claim that the 12 tribes or something else are completely off, bro. Because apart from those specific masses of people, and obviously the scattering, the 12 tribes, the remaining of the seed scattered abroad. There's no other mass landmass of people that can pertain to who the 12 tribes are, man. So ultimately speaking, man, the apostles have the true doctrine, man, and I 100% agree with that sign, 100%, man. Honestly speaking, I saw that sign when I first came into the truth, and I was like, "Yep, this is it, man. This has to be the truth." I didn't even question that shit. I was sat there watching the 12 tribes break down, and I was like, "Yep, makes sense, makes sense." Because not only does the 12 tribe sign pertain to them, the curses pertain to them as well. Not only, it's not just Judah you see catching hell for his woman as well. Then natives be getting it as well, bro. I see that shit at work. The Latino woman walks speaking that Spanish in her husband's ear. He's looking like he caught catching all kind of hell.
You don't even understand it.
You don't understand, but you know.
You know it's deep, bro. You know it's deep, bro. You know what I'm saying? Catching all kind of hell, bro. Jake might drink, Jake might drink a little Stella. He going to drink a Corona. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, bro, he's still going through hell, bro.
Ultimately, what this is an example of is why you can't get proud. Why you should be fearful, because hey, the Lord can just take his spirit away from you.
Yeah, man. Yes,
hey, you can end up as a castaway, man.
For real. The Lord can take his spirit away, have you develop another sign.
Yeah.
And go and preach that sign instead.
Yeah.
That's why you're going to fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because that's what he's done to try and refine, man.
Yeah.
Try and deny it. That's what the Lord's done, man, to those guys. He's taken away the Holy Spirit. He's taken away the oil. So now whatever they're preaching, and whoever goes onto their doctrine from now is going to be condemned. At least they repent, man. So that's the fear of the Lord right there, man.
Knowing that the Lord can just do that, man. Hey, Ben, because you had that one geezer come to the camp, basically saying that Paul knew he was of the elect, but Paul went and said in 1 Corinthians, I believe the 9th chapter, it says, lest I be a castaway, man.
That Jake in that project.
It was like, lest I be a castaway.
Yeah, worldly, innit? Yeah, worldly, suit and tie.
All raised up and shit, man. Our guy was a fish, in my opinion.
Yeah, he said, I know I'm of the elect.
He said I'm saved.
I'm saved, man. And at the moment, he was far from it, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, you should have seen. I remember I finished reading the precept. I looked up, man's all biting his lip. I was like, yo, what's going on with this guy, man? But he's of the elect.
Yeah. The elect of what?
The elect of destruction, man. If you don't be careful, man.
For real, man.
Unless you repent, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man. The Genesis 49 shows you, brother, the characteristics, man, and it fits the sign, man. The apostles got 100% doctrine, man. That's pretty much what it is, man. I don't know if you guys got anything else.
We can end it there, man.
Yeah, man.
Lord willing, this lesson was edifying.
Yeah.
And hey, the sign is spiritual, man. Like it says in the video title, man. It's a spiritual sign. Through that sign, a lot of people have stopped. And they've been sealed, man. Ultimately through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But the sign is the aid that we use, man.
In fact, before we close, needs must. We can't speak about the sign and not get the scripture.
Zeke.
Yeah.
Zeke.
You can read this one, bro.
Shall I start 15? What's that?
Yeah.
Ezekiel 37:15. But the word of the Lord Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, for the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, man. You got to identify the whole 12 tribes of Israel, man. Yeah, and these Gutterites that are in the land of Israel today, the state of Israel that infiltrated our land, or you may see in England, London, Stamford Hill, Hackney, wearing all black with the black hats with curly pigtail haircuts. They're not the Israelites, man. And it says, for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. And join them one to another into one stick. Yeah, that's why we bring out the sign, man. And they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand. So ultimately the prophecy is that the Lord is actually going to bring all the tribes together, man. From all the countries and all the continents of the earth, he's going to bring them all in once, man. From North America, South America, Central America, the coast of Africa, in Europe, wherever the Israelites are, no matter how they look like, but because they're for the spirit, they're the seed of Israel, and they're of the 1/3 and of the elect, he's gonna bring us all together, man.
Yeah, if I can also say before we close, man, especially to you younger brother, man, look, man, you have certain thoughts that will come into your head, make you think you've had a breakdown. Look, man, Look, man. Hey, it may be, but you gotta run that through there. Don't dwell on it, because what happens will be you think you're right, like about how he's now saying something like the cock crowing was actually a man.
It was actually a man, yeah.
You know, and you already how that he would have been reading the scriptures, cock crowing. Oh shit, that was a man, you know. Yeah, hey, that was a man, because, and then the demon will justify it in your head, right? What you want to do? You see something? Look, I don't even know. Don't dwell on it, man, because then you get proud when something
too high for
then you go, oh look what it says here. Hey, does it mean this? You go, no, it doesn't mean that. But because you're so deep into that thought, then you're like, nah, man, these guys don't know what they're talking about. I'm right. Look, man, look. Leave the revelations to the apostles, man.
Straight up.
Look, man, you may have a thought on it, right? Don't dwell on it. Don't be thinking, I want to be the one that brought it out, man. There's an example, I forgot who it was, in the States, right, where one of the brothers had a revelation on something. He kept that to himself for years. And then I forgot how it all transpired. But then it came out, this is what, and hey, you was right on that, brother. I was like, oh shit, come. But that's how it should be. No, man, look, man, I've had this deep revelation. Look how deep. It ain't about how deep you are, man. You think you're deep. There are things the apostles have even done videos on, man. Yeah, I still remember to this day, it's Apostle Gabar and Apostle Tahar, right? So, which I think it's way back when, it was before the live shows, I believe. And then Apostle Tahar said, hey, man, something came, I've even told you, Apostle Gabar. Apostle Gabar said, okay, can't. So if there are things Apostle Tahar doesn't tell Apostle Gabar, right? If there are things, I remember a few years back he had the test, and only the heads of the camps were given these tests, right? So if the things that the apostles only give to the heads of camps, that means there are things only the apostles as a collective know, man. Right? So you be thinking you're all deep, but these times the apostles had this breakdown 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, man, the internet wasn't even a thing when we had this breakdown, man.
Yeah, then you bring it out on your page like it's some done, post edit and that. I would sit down trying to bring it out, and the apostles like, what's this guy doing, man?
Yeah, but ultimately I say that because you will have that demon make you think, yo, I've just broke down something. Look, man, don't even entertain that, man. Order, man. Let the apostles bring it out, man.
That's right. Yeah, I've got a closing scripture real quick. Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and depart from evil. Straight into the point, Hey, man, the apostles brought the sign out. They tried and tested. You don't do something for 30 years and stay a novice at it, man.
Shit! Hey, look what I've written. 30 what I wrote on my hand, so I remember to do a video on that, man. Spiritual. Because look, man, you had some guys saying 30 years. I don't mean nothing, man. Yo, man, look, a 30-year-old man's supposed to have better reasoning than a 7-year-old child. Right? They make a lot of claims about how was it Macron, the French president? He's a very young president. He is. And he's like 40 something. He's in his late 40s, if I'm not mistaken. Right? You have certain football, you have certain managers, right? You're like, he's quite a young manager, and man will be old. Right? Because certain positions you get from being in something for a long time, man. Experience.
Which we need to try out. That's right, man. So yeah, man. Sign is spiritual, like brother said, man. Let's close up. So we like to say, closing up, man, Barakafaya, Hawaba Hashem Yahushua, Ba'Hashem Kwakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, salutations to all of the sincere Akim, and yeah, man, the sign is spiritual, man. Real spiritual. Shalom.
Beautiful.